And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Mike 51. Now watch one. 51's the mic. No time. Spell. Mike. Hurry. Mike 51. Hey, let's get on.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open target here, Darius Slayton. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 39.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Finds his tight end, Ingram. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Back to throw here. And now finally he'll be forced to go down, just protecting the football, hitting the turf. It's a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Check 55. 6 man. Check curls. Check.
On second down now, it's Black. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a third and long.
57's the mic. Alert flare, alert flare, flare.
They'll drop to throw. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Equanimous St. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
We got sack. 56. Check 56. Come on, come on.
And to give this time to the tailback. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
56. Mike, 56. 56. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to protect you.
Here's Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. That one complete to Hill. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A toss out to Barkley. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here we go. 6 yards.
On third down, Black. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
He'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former Giant, Landon Collins. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, dude. Let's go, D, tighten up. Red 80.
7-7, our score after 1.
7-7.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, that's good. Red 80.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. He is going to find Hill here. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Mike 54. No 80. Let him know. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
A first down throw, Darnold. Ooh, with a juke. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. And a give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
50 seconds, Mike. I got it. Two times. Man, 80. Check 43.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Check it out, lady. Through Greystone. Travel. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Right there, 54 Mike. You don't want none. Look at this. Pick up the ball. Kill. And 80.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Rashad Penny, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Giants 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Giants take over.
We play to win. Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Man, Eddie. 56, Mike, 56.
Hey, Mike 7.
Let's see what you got.
To throw is Darnold. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Darnold now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Tighten up. Man, 80. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54.
Hey, son, we ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, seam 6. Hey, son.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack.
Right there. 54 Mike. Check.
Yo, 80. Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Man, 80. Yo, 80.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. It's Hill, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
Man, 80. Pilot, 64. Weak.
Check 49.
Now a handoff looking right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
We're going to sign.
Boy, 56. Check 56. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Man, 80.
56. Mike 56. Exit.
56.
Bravo.
Right there. 56.
So don't say nothing.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Hey, son.
Darnold on first down. forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
56 is the mark.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second
You draw
and
corner.
3.
Switch.
The 37-yard
You got
line.
tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Rush in. Rush in. Lady. He's crashing.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
He's going to go for a big play downfield, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Darius Slayton, incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He sets to fire deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Darius Slayton, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Saquon Barkley. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
That's track.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
I got one.
Now they try the right side here. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
Kill.
Yo, 80. 61, matchbox lights.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
We're going to start.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Pick me up.
You ready?
54, right there. 54, Mike.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Ready?
Now it's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 25-yard line.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. It got his man complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Giant, Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Check nickel. Red 80.
From the 16, Darnold. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Lady, set the turn, defense, let's go. Hey, switch gears. Check 37.
Now a whistle and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Big stop, let's go.
Here's Darnold. He's got a first down and more past the 30, and all the way up to the 31-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Now a handoff working right. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On second and 11 now. Darnold, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Lions on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Back to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike.
He'll drop to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back, They can pick up anything that leaks through, but in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
2nd and 9 now. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Rosas good with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's got daylight. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively.
And the ball is knocked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Target.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And to give this time to the tailback. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And the Giants have it, it's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
Well, they definitely do because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 39-yard line.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
I'm coming for you.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd down, here's Penny. Penny hit and the ball is jarred free. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. A gain of 3, 2nd down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Mike's my board. All day, every day, any day. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
80. 54 is Mike, 54 is Hunt.
On third down, Penny. And he loses the football a second time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
No, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Get in the weight room.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Rosas now to add the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Lions 33, Giants 28.
So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? And in the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Lions, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
Like I made with you, I've been on my